Welcome everyone. My name is Tracy Murphy Poxtis and this is Good to Great in Under 8, the weekly show for motivated professionals who want to become stronger leaders and get more fulfillment out of their career. So a couple of quick things, guys, before we jump into today's show. I do record all of my Good to Great shows and have them on the website, tracymurphycoaching.com. So if you go there and visit the Learning Corner, you'll be able to see all the videos along with some other great resources for you. And definitely, guys, check out last week's show, How to Take Back Control of Your Time, and download the free time management matrix. So guys, today is going to be the first of a three-part series where I'm going to take a deeper dive into three key themes that really make someone a good manager of people. Now, I'm sure as many of you guys are listening to this, you're probably thinking, hey, I am a great manager. You know, I've read books on the topic, I've taken trainings, and most importantly, I've learned what not to do based on having some pretty crappy bosses in the past myself. Well, while that all might be true, I want to share a couple of interesting facts with you guys today. These are some facts from a recent Gallup article. And first, and this one shocked me, nearly 70% of the total US workforce is completely disengaged at work. And this spans all levels of an organization, right? So not those in the middle or at the bottom or only the top, spans everybody. And I don't know about you, but God, I really found this number really shocking. Thinking that 7 out of 10 people aren't engaged in what they're doing, and yet they're spending at least 40 hours a week at work. I don't know, it seemed kind of crazy. And then as I read further, what I discovered is that the key reason or the key factor responsible for why people are so disengaged is their manager. Crazy enough, 1 in 2 employees have left their job for the sole reason of getting away from their manager. So while we might think we're doing a good job as managers, gosh, guys, the data really suggests otherwise. And so based on that, I actually spent a little time reflecting on my time when I was a manager. And then I also talked to some clients and some colleagues of mine about the issue, and then did a little bit of desktop research just to see what people out in the world in the industry were saying about what it means to be a good manager of people. And that's where 3 themes emerged. The first is that great managers do an awesome job at defining expectations and then empowering their team to get them done. Secondly, they know how to effectively communicate, and they know how to provide timely and actionable feedback. And then third, they recognize and know how to activate the potential of an employee. And so today what we're going to do is talk a little bit more about that first theme, defining expectations. And so guys, this is really all about helping people understand what success looks like and then making sure that they have the right resources to get it done. So for example, if you are a manager and you have an assignment or initiative that needs to get done, the first thing you want to do is identify who on your team is best suited to lead the initiative or the project, and identify that person and talk to them about it. Honestly, there is nothing worse than having a manager talk to multiple people about an assignment or initiative, and then there's no clarity around who truly owns it. So once you've identified who that best person is for the job, the next thing you want to do is make sure you are clearly communicating what needs to get done and by when. So it's the what and the when. So for example, I'd like you to create a 10-minute presentation for one of our customers and have it to me no later than Friday. The presentation should focus on showcasing how our new product better meets their needs versus the competition. So really clear, really specific. If I were to say that to somebody, they would clearly know what I'm expecting and when they need to deliver it to me by. Now, of course, you want to consider the knowledge base of the individual person. So in the above example, right, if somebody's never created a sales presentation, they might need a little more specificity around the what. What you want to make sure, though, is that you steer clear of getting too into the weeds about the how they should do it, right? So saying things like, in your presentation, you need to have a page about this and a page about this, and you need to have a picture of this, right? Saying those types of things, guys, is likely to really stifle the person, eliminate any creativity that they might bring, and really be demotivating. And that's ultimately what we want to avoid. So then after we've made sure that we're clear about the what and the when, the next thing you want to do is really make sure that the person has the right resources that they need to get the job done. So you definitely want to make sure that you're spending just a little time thinking about what it is that they will need. Right, so in the example I shared earlier, you might want to maybe say something like, hey, you know, Alice just completed some great market research and it could really be helpful in your presentation. Or, hey, I talked with Steve and he has some capacity to help you build the presentation. Right, so these are things are demonstrating that you understand what that person needs to be successful. And so letting them know that you understand that and you want to make sure they have what they need is critical, right? Because what that's saying to the other person is that I care if you succeed, right? And I want you to succeed. So I know some of this, guys, might seem pretty straightforward and maybe more of like a reminder, but remember, this stuff is not happening. And so what I'd say is, as you're going about your day-to-day activities at work, really try and be mindful and in the moment and think about this. I know we're all super stressed and pushed for time, but really try and focus on making sure that you're doing this for your employees. And then the other thing to really consider around this space is, do you have trust with your team? Right? Because you're never going to be able to truly clarify the what and the when without getting too into the how until you trust those people on your team. And so if you don't have that level of trust with your team today, really spend some time thinking about what needs to change so that you can trust them to do their jobs and do them well. And of course, guys, I am available for one-on-one coaching in this area if you're interested. And so just go to tracymurphycoaching.com and see the Work With Me page, fill out the form at the bottom, and we will get a conversation started. And then don't forget to tune in next week, guys, because I'll be talking about the second key theme around what makes a great manager, and that's all about communicating effectively and giving actionable and timely feedback. Have a great week, and I will see you next time.